Sixth grade game here. Getting ready to go, and we are underway here at the Xtreme and the Hoopstars. Jeremy Scott here at courtside alongside Kayla Cazell on camera. Very quickly, there's a shot that's up, and that's no good for Minor. And out of bounds it goes. And it will remain Xtreme ball. Minor puts it up. That's no good. That's pulled down by Shockley. She puts it back up. That doesn't fall. And taken by Shin. Up ahead with it. That's Bose. And stolen away by Shockley. Shockley up ahead with it. Down underneath. The shot is up, and that is good for Minor. And the Xtreme get the first points of this one. It's 2-0. As Courtney will inbound this one for the Xtreme. Trying to find somebody to pass to. She finally does, and putting it up and in there, that is Shockley. It's 4-0. So that'll be Bose to play the point here, and she gives it up. She gives it up to Minor. Minor up ahead with it. Minor on the drive. Minor will bounce pass. That's up, and that is good for Courtney. And all of a sudden, it's a 6-0 lead here with a little over 10.5 still to go in the first half. And there's a steal on the inbounds. Nope, it's going to be a jump ball situation. And that will favor the Hoopstars. So the Hoopstars will get possession of this. I should say keep possession of it. And that is Gherkins. Gherkins in the corner. Over to Bose. Bose spinning into the high post, and looks like she may have left her feet there, but maybe not. No call. Anyway, it's stolen by Courtney. Courtney pushing it to the other end. Taking it, putting it up, and putting it in there. Nope. They're going to get a foul before the shot, so wave off the bucket. That's a foul on the Hoopstars. As the bounce pass is to Courtney, who puts it up and in for two, and it's 8-0. By the way, the 5 Hoopstars players you see right now are the 5 you'll see all game long. They only have 5 players on their roster. So once you get to know their names, those are the only names you'll need to know for the whole game. And that is Shin. And she has it taken away by Morgan. Morgan on the steal. Up ahead to Courtney. Little handoff. That is up, and that is good for Morgan. 10-0 the score. That's Bose on offense. Good job by her to get past Minor. And that's over everybody's head, out of bounds, and it will come back to the Xtreme. As Courtney, Minor, and Morgan all sit for the Xtreme, who are back on offense. That's Shockley. That's a shot. That's up. That's no good. Rebounded by the other Shockley, and Sid Shockley puts it up and in for two. There's Brooke Shockley, number 20, and Sid Shockley, number 23. That was Sid Shockley for two, and it's 12-0. Stolen on the inbounds pass. That's a shot. That's up and no good for Corey. And it's pulled down by Gherkins. Then stolen back by the Xtreme. That shot's up. That's no good. There's another shot. That doesn't fall. And that's pulled down by Bose. Bose up ahead with it for the Hoopstars. Bose has it knocked out of her hand. Stolen away. Stolen away by Sid Shockley. Shockley to the other end. She lays it up and in there. Sid Shockley for two. It's 14-0. And on the inbounds pass, Gherkins is fouled. That's the first foul on the Xtreme. And that's Shin. Bose with Sid Shockley on her. Stolen away by Corey. Corey pushing it to the other end. Corey on the layup, and that's no good. And that's followed up by Gherkins on the rebound. And then Gherkins almost loses it, gets it back, as Brooke Shockley takes an elbow to the mouth. And referee comes over and tells her to pinch the nose in case it's bleeding. A few substitutions are made. And people kind of underestimate just how much of a contact sport basketball can be. We always see it sitting courtside for all these tournament games. Even at this level, basketball is very much a contact sport. So on the inbounds, that's to Steffes, number 24, Steffes. Back to Shin. Shin has Dodds on her, number 12. And that's going to be a foul on Morgan, I do believe, number 22, Morgan. As Bose will inbound it underneath the hoop, and does to Shin. Shin with the shot, that's no good, and it's pulled down by Dodds. Xtreme pushing it down. Minor underneath. That's a shot. That's no good. On the putback, that doesn't fall. Another putback opportunity. That doesn't go. Gherkins trying to chase it down, and it's going to go out of bounds and off of Gherkins, they say. And so Minor will be doing the inbounding. Underneath. That's no good. That's Corey. Corey over to Minor. Minor spinning in the lane. Minor pivoting. Minor. And that's a 3-second violation that's called on the Xtreme, so back it comes to the Hoopstars. And that's Bose. And she hasn't stolen away from her. Corey picks her pocket. Corey to the other end. Corey on the layup. She's good. 16-0. And that's Gherkins. And she has that one knocked out of bounds. 6:15 left to play here in the first half as a timeout is called by the Hoopstars. We'll be back right here on GBA TV. $16-0 the score as we get back to the action. There's a steal. Stolen away by the Xtreme. That's Shockley. Sid Shockley on the drive, on the lay-in. She's good. She's got 8. The score 18-0. Stolen away. That's stolen away by Shockley. Sid Shockley on that steal. She gives it up. That's to Minor. She puts it up, and she puts it in for 2. Count the bucket and the foul, they say. The score 20-0. And Minor is short on the shot. That's rebounded by Morgan. That shot's up. That's no good. And that's a steal. That's up, and that's good for Caitlin. It's 22-0. Loose ball. And the tie-up. Possession arrow, I do believe, will favor the Xtreme. And into the lane, that is Shockley, and she is fouled on her way up. So Sid Shockley will go to the free throw line. She's got 8 points. She leads all scorers for the Xtreme. And Shockley, no good. And that shot is up, and that's no good. Rebounded by Caitlin. She puts it back up and in for two. It's 24-0. And there's a steal, stolen away by Brooke Shockley. Shockley puts it up and in. She's got her first bucket today, 26-0. And there's a shot, that's up, that's no good. Offensive rebound. And Shin puts it back up. That doesn't fall for her, and it's pulled down. Are they saying jump ball or are they saying a foul? I can't see. I think they're saying a jump ball because it will be Hoopstars ball again. Trying to find Gherkins on the inbounds pass. And it's going to go off of Gherkins and back to the Xtreme. Corey playing the point, guarded by Gherkins. Over to Shockley. To Caitlin. Caitlin into the paint, puts it up and in. Caitlin has 6. It's 28-0. Xtreme over the Hoopstars. That's Bose. Kicks it outside. Into the short corner. That shot up, that shot no good. Pulled down by Caitlin. Caitlin pushing it to the other end. Caitlin on the drive. As Caitlin is tripped up and no foul called. And they're just going to say it's a turnover. She lost control of her body and therefore the ball as well. And back come the Hoopstars on offense. That is Steffes. And this one's coming back to the Xtreme.
Spread it out.
Over it comes to Caitlin.
Go hard. Good pass.
Down underneath. That shot up and getting fouled is Dodds. So Dodds is going to go to the free throw line for the first time today. In case you're curious, after this one, we'll have 2 7th grade games to wrap up the day. We'll have All Ohio against the OV Sting as Dodds connects on our first free throw. And we will also have Ohio Venom against the Northwest Hoopstars Purple. Second shot does not go for Dodds. And it remains 29-0. That's Bose. Shot off the side of the backboard. And taken by the Xtreme. That's Shockley. Shockley. Puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Corey. Back outside to Shockley. Shockley puts it back up, and that is good. Brooke Shockley for 2. She's got 4. The score 31-0. As the timeout is called, 31-0 the score. 2:16 left to play in the first half. We'll be back. So it's going to be 4-on-4 for the time being here, as the Xtreme lead the Hoopstars 32-0. And that's Schroeder. Schroeder. Little bounce pass over to the foul line, and that's up and good for Shin. She puts the Hoopstars on the board. It's 32-2. By the way, I know when we went to break it was 31-0. We missed a Shockley free throw a little bit earlier. That made it 32 instead of 31. That's Courtney on the shot. That's no good. That is Dodds putting it back up and in for 2. And the score 34-2. That's Bose. Getting a pick from Schroeder. And knocked out of bounds by Dodds. 1:16 left to play here in the first half. As the ball is inbounded, and there's a loose ball. And the jump ball favors Northwest Hoopstars. As the ball is inbounded and then stolen away. But, nope, they're going to say it was off of the Xtreme. That was off of Morgan. So it's still Hoopstars' ball. And it's inbounded to Shin. Shin has it. Shin drives the baseline. Shin on the shot. Shin no good. Rebounded by Dodds. That's Morgan. Minor playing the point. Gets it over to Morgan on the left wing. Morgan drives it inside, puts it up, and that's no good. And it'll be chased down by Dodds as at the buzzer, they're going to wave off any shot with the score 34-2 at the end of one. We'll be back with the second half here on GBA TV. Back with the second half of play here at the GBA Big Red Classic. It's Jeremy Scott here courtside. The sixth grade game between the Xtreme and the Hoopstars. Right now the Xtreme find themselves up by 32. It's 34-2 as we begin the second half. Of course, running clock until the Hoopstars can cut it to within 20. That's Corey on the baseline. That's up. That's no good. Offensive rebound. The putback is up, and that is good. That is Dodds. She's got 5. The score 36-2. Back on offense, the Hoopstars. That's Bose. Down low to Shin, and that's going to be going out of bounds, and that will
Hey, box across.
go off of Shin, and that will come back to the Extreme.
Just kidding. Turn around, Brooke. I'm like, oh yeah, second half. Hey, go across.
Shockley to play the point this possession. She gives it over to Caitlin. Caitlin to Shockley. Got both Shockleys out there. Sid Shockley, 23 and 20. Brooke Shockley. As there's a steal stolen away by Bose. Nice defense there, stepping into the passing lane, in the lane, as Bose gets it back on offense for the Hoopstars. The 2 Hoopstar points have come from Shin, and that is Schroeder. Schroeder gets it back to Bose up at the top. She's guarded by Brooke Shockley. Over to Shin. And there's a steal, stolen away. Stolen away by Sid Shockley. Shockley is going to pull out here and just kind of let the offense do its thing, get some motion going, and only shoot whenever one opens up. That's Corey. Down low. Wide open look. That is up, and that's good for Dodds. 38-2 the score. That'll be Gherkins to play the point this possession here for the Hoopstars. And she hands it off to Bose, who will play the point now. Got Brooke Shockley on her. That's Bose with a shot, and that's going to be short. And the loose ball ends up in the hands of Corey. Corey giving it off to Sid Shockley. Shockley trying to do a little bounce pass. She does get one in there, and that one is no good. Couple of offensive rebounds. The putback hasn't fallen for the Extreme, and they chase down another loose ball. Down to the low post. That shot up. That shot no good. Out of bounds and off of the Extreme and back to the Hoopstars. This one will come as the clock winds to 9:10. And 3 substitutions forthcoming here for the Extreme. And that is Bose with Brooke Shockley on her. Trying to find Steffes down low, but not quite able to find her. And it's back to the Extreme. That's Sid Shockley. Shockley spins into the paint, pivoting, putting up the shot with the left hand. That's no good. And that's pulled down by Shin. And then it's stolen right back by Corey. Corey steals it back for the Extreme, puts it up and in for 2. Ava Corey now with 4 points. The score 40-2. The Extreme lead the Hoopstars. Playing the point is Bose. She's got Minor on her. Bose. Almost losing control of it, able to get it back. Gets a pick from Gherkins. Bose on the right. Passes it down low. And that is Schroeder who puts it up. That's no good. Offensive rebound by Schroeder. Little bounce pass back to Bose. Bose, the elbow. Gives it off to Shin on the baseline. And Shin is double teamed. And that'll be a foul. That'll be a foul on the Extreme. And I'm thinking they're going to get that on Morgan. And that's the first team foul on either side for the second half. Bose on the inbounds. Stolen away by Caitlin. Caitlin. Over to Morgan. Morgan. Passing it backwards to Shockley. Shockley with a shot. That's no good. And that's pulled down by Shin. Shin up ahead to Gherkins. Gherkins down low. She gives it up to Courtney. Courtney on the steal. Courtney drives it in the lane. Puts it up. No good. Taken by Shin. And she had Gherkins on a streak down low. Finds her, but by that time it's too late. And then there to clean it up is Shin. She's got all 4 of the Hoopstars points. It's 40-4. Caitlin. Driving it in the paint, putting it up, no good. Rebounded by Gherkins. Gherkins pushing it to the other end. It's 1-on-3, and Gherkins is going to pull it out. Over to Schroeder. Back to Gherkins on the baseline, that's no good. And there's a rebound by the Xtreme.
Hey, girls, we need to get to one side of the
Minor. Over to Caitlin on the right wing. Back over to Courtney. Courtney drives down low, puts it up, no good. And she follows her own shot, gets her own rebound. Back over to Minor. To Caitlin. Over to Sid Shockley. Shockley on the drive, she puts it up and in there. Sid Shockley now with 11 points. The score 42-4. Timeout called by the Hoopstars with 5:16 to play here in the second half. We'll be back on GBA TV. And back to the action here with the score. The Xtreme 42, the Hoopstars 4. That is Steffes inbounding to Bose.
I'm just trying this, guys.
Bose playing the point.
We're ready for that. You know what I mean?
Got Corey on her. Bounces it over to Gherkins. Gherkins into the paint. That's a shot that's up. That's no good. And that is rebounded by Corey. Ava Corey on the rebound. Bringing the ball up the floor. Corey. Into the short corner. That shot up, and that rims out on Shockley. And it's chased down by Courtney. Offensive rebound for the Xtreme. Turning around. That shot up, no good. Put back, no good. And Shin's got it. Gherkins to the other end. She's still hustling. Despite her team being down by this amount, she's not giving up. You gotta love that. And that is Shockley. Over to Corey on the left wing. Corey looking into the paint. That's over to Morgan. Back up top to Corey. She gets a pick, and they try a little pick and roll here. And the roller puts up the shot. That is Morgan. That's no good. And that's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to go off of the Xtreme. And back to the Hoopstars on offense. And that is Gherkins in the corner. Passing it back outside to Bose. Bose. Bounce pass attempt, and that's going to go past the intended receiver, Schroeder, and to the other court. So while they retrieve that, I will remind you that coming up after this one, we will have All Ohio versus the OV Sting, 7th grade action, and that'll be followed up by another 7th grade game. That'll be the Ohio Venom against the Northwest Hoopstars Purple. And then that will wrap up the day's coverage here at the Big Red Classic. Into the paint. That's a loose ball that's taken away by Shin. Shin gets it back here for the Hoopstars. Shin with a shot. That one won't fall for her. And there's a loose ball. That'll be tracked down by Bose. Bose over to Gherkins. She's got Courtney on her. Intercepted. Intercepted by Shockley. As Brooke Shockley will bring it out, play the point here. Give it off to Corey. Into the paint. That's Shockley putting it up and in for two. Brooke Shockley now with 6. 44-4 the score. Under 2 minutes to go. That's Bose. Got Shockley on her. Over to Schroeder. Schroeder with a shot, no good. Pulled down by Morgan. Morgan. Puts it up, no good. Offensive putback, that is good. That's Dodds. Dodds now with 9, 46-4. And that is Shin. Over to Steffes on the baseline. Steffes gets tied up. And the possession arrow will favor the Hoopstars. We're at 53 and winding here on this clock. And Steffes loses it out of bounds, and girls are still having fun out there. Yeah, as the Xtreme get it back with 25 seconds to go, they could theoretically just hold the ball the rest of this game and not look to attack. We'll see what the strategy is here. They just want to call off the dogs and move the ball around, practice your motion a little bit. And that seems to be what they're going to do here. So the final for this 6th grade game. The Xtreme 46, the Hoopstars 4. And coming up, we will have for you 2 7th grade games once again. The All Ohio team versus the OV Sting against the Ohio Venom. And then the Ohio Venom and the Northwest Hoopstars. So All Ohio versus OV Sting next, followed by the Ohio Venom and the Northwest Hoopstars. We'll be back right here on GBA TV.